So if you are a beginner trader or even an intermediate and you're looking at becoming profitable, well, this is the best video for you. I'm going to be sharing my top 20 trading lessons that I've learned from my 4 years of trading. Now, keep in mind, I've actually been able to share this with some of my students and they have completely found success with their trading. So if you can actually take this, then more often enough, this is going to fasten up your whole trading track. Number one is educate yourself. Trading is a skill set and it really takes a lot of effort for you to master it. Now, let's leave alone the YouTube stuff and Instagram where people try to make it seem simple. In actual sense, trading isn't simple. And I'm sorry to be saying this, but most importantly, you can also master it and become good at it. I mean, look at myself. I started literally from scratch. No mentor, no nothing. I learned everything, self-learned, not until at a later stage when I was able to get a mentor. Well, after the learning, now I'm able to make the money, travel the world, do all the cool things. Why? Because I learned. So take it from me, you are going to earn after learning. Number two is use a demo account. A demo account is much more of an account where you can actually try off your trading because it has virtual money. So you literally lose nothing. Now, here's the catch. So when you're trading off on a demo account, it's literally the same as trading off on a real account because in actual sense, you're trading the same pairs. You are doing literally the same stuff, just like what you could be doing on your live account. Thing is, this is virtual money, so there's nothing to lose. But the good thing is you can practice as much as possible, backtest your trading strategies and see what exactly is working before moving to your live account. Next up is start small. Now, I know you want to really make big money, but please, for your live account, you need to start small and grow gradually. I'm not stopping you from starting off with bigger capital. No, what I'm talking about is if you are starting, say you're now moving from your demo account and now to your real account, here's a concept that you can use. So when you're trading off on your demo account, you need to set a target. Say, I want to grow $500 to $2,000. So what you're going to do is deposit $500 on your demo account. And then after that, when you move to your real account, you are literally doing the same thing. So it's $500 and you're trying to grow it to $2,000. Same thing. As I mentioned earlier, the difference is the emotions, but we shall also talk about that. So before we continue with the video, let me introduce you to Fastbull. So Fastbull is a free trading platform that makes your trading even easier. Now let me just quickly show you something off here. So quickly, you can have up to 4 charts all at a go. Oh, by the way, funny thing is you can even have more. So off here, you can see I do have GJ and that's what I'm trading at the moment. Beautiful trade. I do have gold, I have USD JPY and GBPUSD. Now, how important is this? Well, this means you can compare more than 10 currencies all at a go, which is actually not with other trading platforms. So sometimes you have to pay, but this is completely free. Then more to that, you can even customize your time frames. And look, this is a game changer. I mean, off here, you can even have the M3. Funny thing is you can come over to add time frame and say, let's say you want to trade the 12 minutes, which is crazy. Come off here and then you'd have that time frame on. I mean, this is crazy. Then more to that, you also have a section for indicators. Now with the indicators, you can add up to 64 entirely free. Now, honestly, I know you may not add up to 64 indicators, but this means you have a lot to do and you have control over with your charts. You can add up, say, to 4 or 3 indicators all at a go, which is pretty easy because for other platforms you might have to pay to access this. And then other good things about this is you can even scroll up to limitless candlesticks. That means you can go back in time with your analysis, unlike other platforms where you might have to pay and all that. So listen up, what I want you to do is go ahead and tap the link just down in the description, sign up with Fastbull. And as I mentioned, it's completely free, so there is literally nothing to lose, but way too much to gain. And with that, let's get straight back into the video. The fourth lesson is find a trading strategy and stick to it. Now, I don't want you to be the 90% of traders who move off from one strategy to the other because this is not working, then I'm going to move to this. Or maybe because I was watching another YouTuber, then I need to do this. Please listen. I want you to find one strategy and stick stick to it. This is going to completely ease up your whole trading. Let me tell you something. So each strategy has a given win rate and it's fixed. So if you are using say 3 trading strategies, well, most enough it's so hard for you to find an edge, and it's going to make it so difficult for you to become profitable. The next lesson is set a trading plan. Now let's talk about this as a business. So obviously as a business person, you must have a plan on how you're going to beat your competition, how you shall make money, how you shall manage your risk and all that. So it's the same thing in trading. So this time around now we are looking at what am I supposed to trade? When am I supposed to trade? How much am I supposed to risk? How much do I want to make in return? So that's a trading plan. So each trader must have one if at all you are looking at becoming profitable and consistent. So it's easy. You can actually draft out one, say on your notes app, or on your phone. You can even have a book where you know that, okay, this is what I'm going to follow, and stick to that trading plan. I'll give you something. Well, most traders never do that, but those that do actually win. I've implemented that in my trading community and it honestly works. If you would love to join my trading academy, I'll just put the link down. It's the first one. Now, taking us to the 6th lesson: set clear and realistic goals. As a trader, I know you will be so overwhelmed seeing the lifestyle on social media, watching other successful traders and all that. I know it's overwhelming, but listen, I want you to look at this as you, as an individual, because more often enough, if you really want to amount to something, well, you must look at this as an individual. I know you'll be watching this video, maybe you've seen me on Instagram and all that, but please don't even compare me to you, because well, in some way we are slightly different. Maybe I've been trading for a very long time. Maybe it took me longer to become consistent, and maybe it could take you a very short while. So there are many differences. So at the end of the day, you need to look at this as you being the trader and as an individual, okay? So set clear and realistic goals. If you're trading off with $1,000, well, I wouldn't expect you wanting to make 1,000 in a day, because you won't honestly double your account realistically unless you're gambling. So set clear and realistic goals. I'll give you an example. If you're trading on a small account, say $100, you look at making say $5 in a day, or 10 or something, because in trading we actually look at making 5 to 10% in a month. Now put that into proportion and see how much you're supposed to make in a day. Now the next lesson is always use stop loss orders. Now this comes in with risk management in trading. I know most traders never use this because, oh, I think I'll be watching the market. If it goes against me, then I'll close that trade. But please, always use your stop loss orders, because more often enough you won't even know when the trade is going to go against you. And remember, risk management is very important in trading. I don't want us to make money today and blow it the next day because we never use the stop loss. So you can also bring that with your take profit, but more to your stop loss, you need to also understand how to use it. When the trade is in profit, think about dragging your stop loss to break even so you have some money secured, okay? And now that brings us to the next lesson, number 8. Stick to a few pairs. You might have heard me say this, or maybe you saw it somewhere else, but the smaller the watch list, then the more focused you are. I don't want you to be the trader with 10 pairs on your watch list because you want to find trading opportunities on all pairs. Honestly, I mean, it doesn't even make sense. So the fewer the pairs that you focus on, then the more you're going to become good at it. Let me give you an example. I personally trade GBPSD, GBJPY, gold, and sometimes your JPY. Well, mostly now I'm going to come to charts and say, oh, yesterday we were in an uptrend. I think I should be looking for buying opportunities. Why? Because at least I am used to that, and that's what I trade, and my list is very small. Think about some other trader who is going to figure out trades on pair A, B, C, or even up to Z, because you can't find a trade on this. So please stick to a few pairs, okay? This is going to literally skyrocket your whole trading, and it's going to make it even much more easier. Take that from me, and I'll see some testimonials from you. Next up is do not overtrade. So when I was starting off, I used to overtrade. I mean, I would literally trade not until the account is gone, then I'm not going to stop. And well, guess what? Most enough, I would make money early in the morning, but then in the afternoon, the account is gone. And by evening, I'm literally done, and I'm looking for more money to fund tomorrow. Why? Because I was overtrading. So I don't want you to overtrade. So overtrading is literally you taking more trades in a day because you want to make more money. Take it from me. making more money is not all about taking more trades. No, you could actually find the best opportunities and capitalize on those literally only and be able to make money. Unlike the other trader who is literally gambling, taking as many trades as possible and losing it out all. Now that brings us to the next lesson. Always ensure proper risk management. Listen, trading is not gambling, but I want us to think about it. So obviously we have two choices, either buying or selling. So it means you're either going to make money or lose. So in some way it's gambling, but what sets the difference is the ability of you controlling how much you want to risk and how much you want to make. If you're not using risk management, then well, often enough you are gambling. Now I don't want you to be again the same trader who is going to make a lot of money today and then the next day it's all gone. You see, I'm speaking all this to you from my personal experience because I've literally gone through all this. I've seen what works and what doesn't work. I've applied this with my students and some other guys that I've taught how to trade, and at this point I know what works. So you must always use proper risk management. If your account is very small, come on, use smaller lot sizes, okay? Because at the end of the day we are looking at consistency and not you making money today and then the next day you literally nowhere to be seen. Doesn't work that way. Moving on to the next lesson, always trade with the overall price trend. Now listen, we are retail traders, unless you're watching and say you own a hedge fund or an institutional big trading company or anything. But as retail traders, we come in and all we have to do is to follow what the overall price direction is. Why? Because they are already market movers who have moved the price, and all we are doing now is following the overall trend. Okay, so it's very, very important that you follow the overall trend. To me, I easily do this. Well, I'm going to come off to the charts on a bigger time frame and then see what the overall trend is. It's either the price going up or consolidating or in a downtrend, and then I'm good. Other way to do it is to either use a 200 exponential moving average, get it on your charts. If the price is trending above it, then it's an uptrend. If the price is trending below it, then it's a downtrend, and if it's just in between, then it's consolidating. So if you can always find the overall trend, then well, your trading is going to be much more easier because now you are easily following that trend. So the next lesson is always read the market order flow. Now you guys understand that we have buyers and sellers in, meaning buyers are coming in with buying orders and the other way around, sellers with selling orders. So what you need to establish or learn or find out is, what's the order flow? Do we have buying pressure in or we do have selling pressure in? And to me, I easily do this even on the smallest time frames. I'm going to look at the size of the candlesticks. Actually in here we are just using price action, looking at how the price is reacting. What's the pressure? Are we pushing aggressively? And if we have that, then I know there is, say, buying pressure or selling pressure. And with that, I'll be able to easily execute and find the best trades. Moving on to the next lesson, always incorporate fundamental analysis to your trading. Now, honestly, to me, I don't trade fundamental analysis. Honestly, none. I used to trade, but I just have the worst experience with that. So what I do is I'm going to always look at what the news or how the economic calendar looks like, and then I'll know if I'm supposed to take a trade or not. So if say we have news events, well, mostly enough then I won't take a trade because at least I don't do that. So always find a way on how to incorporate your fundamental analysis with your technical analysis. If say you trade the news, then study and see how, say, the news is going to affect the price and then find a better trade. But all in all, please do not trade leaving out fundamental analysis because these are also big market movers. News and all that kind of stuff, economic events, and you must always follow up with that. Next lesson up is stay patient. Now honestly, patience in trading is going to always win. Now let me give you an example. Say you analyze and found a trade, but in actual sense it's not your trade if an entry. Now if you can't stay patient, then well, most enough you're going to enter that trade and most enough you'll be stopped out. Why? Because you weren't patient. Same thing on the other side, you could actually be in a good trade, but in some way it's currently against you and now you're impatient. You feel like, oh, I think I'm going to lose that money and all that. Close off that trade, and once you close it off, that's when it's going to go into your direction. So understand that patience is key in trading. So if you actually trust your trading system, your approach and your analysis and all that, then the next thing up is staying patient and letting it play out. And now moving on to the next most important lesson, learn from your mistakes. So in trading, we say we don't take losses, we rather take lessons. Okay, the biggest person that you can learn from is yourself, and say maybe a mentor, because for a mentor, this is a person who has gone through all these mistakes and now they are teaching you from the experience. But for you, again, it's very, very important. If you take a loss, you need to see, why did I take a loss, right? And how can I improve? Okay, because that's the easiest way to improve. So what I want you to do is, I want you to always note down your losses. Look at why you took that loss. What did I do wrong? Maybe I entered at a wrong entry level, or something wasn't okay, or maybe I mismanaged my money and then I lost. So look at those mistakes and then learn from that. Okay, so in actual sense, you are learning from your losses and becoming a better trader. Now think about this. Well, most enough, if you do this for a very long time, you're going to become a better consistent trader because you are learning from your mistakes. Don't be like the other trader who is not even going to care about whatever mistakes they did because they only focus on tomorrow. But if you're learning from that, then it's even way much better. Moving on to the next lesson, understand when to close off your profits and losses. Now, the overall goal in trading is making money and not perfection. I've always mentioned this, and I want to give you a scenario. So say you're in a winning trade and you set your take profit set to a level, say 20 or anything. Now, assume the price comes to 18. And then all of a sudden reverses. Why? Because you are waiting for your take profit to be hit. Now you missed out on money, right? So when you actually understand when to close off your profits, then well, more often enough, you won't fall for the trap that most traders actually fall for. Having to wait for the price to hit your take profit, and then you're able to close off your profits. Moving on to the next lesson, please do not congest your charts with a lot of lines and indicators. Listen, when I was starting off, I used to use a lot of indicators. So I would have the moving average, I would have the alligator. Or by the way, if you can actually check some of my earliest videos, you'd even see some of those strategies. So I would have a bunch of indicators on, and the more I've kept on learning and becoming a better trader, I have understood that you don't even need to congest your whole chart. I mean, look at the price as the price, because in actual sense, this is data just from traders just like yourself, and all you have to do is to actually study how it's behaving, and then you're able to take trades. Now, I'm not resisting you from drawing your key levels or using say 1 or 2 indicators or anything, but all in all, please do not congest your chart with a bunch of them, because the more the lines and the more the indicators and all that, then the more the confusion you are bringing to yourself, and definitely your whole trading is going to be completely disorganized. Moving on to the next lesson, learn to accept losses. Losses are part of trading and they are inevitable. Just like any other business, you are going to take losses, so it's much better that you understand that they are part of trading and I'll find a way on how to manage them. Think about your risk management, think about taking much better trades so you can minimize your losses, but understand that losses are part of trading and you can't go over that. Now, as we are getting close to some of the last lessons, these are actually some of the most important ones. And next up is stay disciplined. I would say the biggest lesson that I've personally learned from my trading is being disciplined. If you aren't, then more often enough, you won't even become profitable at any point. Think about it. Following your trading plan, minimizing your watch list, knowing when to trade and when not to, not revenge trading and all that. It all takes discipline. So if you can master that, then well, more often enough, you're going to become a consistent, profitable trader in the fastest period as possible. So discipline really has a cost to it, but if you can actually go over that, then more often enough, you are the best version of yourself. Now, moving on to the next one, please do not follow the crowd. Problem is, most traders now follow what the majority of traders are doing. And guess what? Honestly, if you're following losers, then you're going to literally lose. I mean, that's simple math. So find what the 90% of traders are doing and don't do that, and rather focus on what the 10% is doing or the 5%. Pretty easy stuff. So in there, I would say enroll for mentorship, join an inner circle, and become part of that trading community so you can get to learn what happens inside. I personally have such a community, and I exclusively share what I know and interact with my traders inside. And honestly, I would say we are winning. Now, remember, the moment you're in, there is never looking back. And again, if you would be interested in joining an exclusive inner circle of traders where I personally interact with these traders, help them learn faster, and in return make money as quick as possible, well, this is the best choice for you. I'll put the link down, click that link, and perhaps I'll see you inside and take you on your journey to financial freedom. And with that, remember again, when you're in, there is never looking back.